Alright, so I didn't make an opening to this video, so I didn't know how this project was going to go, but let me give you a quick rundown on what's going on. So 2012 Jeep Wrangler, Rubicon, 3.6 liter. They were out four-wheel driving in this thing, and it had basically a major meltdown. They lost coolant, it emptied all the oil out, it started burning up the wiring harness, and caused a bunch of issues in here. So they had this warranty company, and the warranty company, they called me and they said, yeah, we need to do these tests. And so I was like, yeah, I already went through it, and it has no, really low compression, 50, 60 pounds. It's leaking oil everywhere. It's leaking antifreeze everywhere. Wiring harness is burned up. Everything's jacked up. And so they sent a guy out to do we sent the camera down. We did a compression test. We went through all this and messed with warranty. And they basically said, oh yeah, we'll replace the engine, and we're going to supply a junkyard engine. And I told the customer, I was like, I'll install a junkyard engine, but basically if it's bad right away, there's no warranty through me, there's no workman, I'm not dealing with it after that. That's your engine, especially with a 3.6. So tearing it apart, we found, so intake is melting. The valve covers were melted somewhere. I can't really, let's see, somewhere in here. The valve covers were basically, it's probably the other one. So anyways, this thing was melting down. There was a bunch of play on the AC compressor. The clutch was oil soaked. All the sensors and wiring was melted, falling apart. You can see the oil cooler melting down inside the engine. So this thing just had a catastrophic failure. So I did take some video of the cylinder head, so let me kind of show you guys the teardown on that, because that was kind of interesting. So we decided to go through and rebuild this thing. So this is where I'm at now, putting together the engine. And yeah, kind of going back together with all new parts. So I'll show you the teardown of the cylinder heads, and then we'll pick it up from there. So got one cylinder head tore down in the vat. Only put it on for a few minutes till I get both of them on there, and you won't be able to hear with the vat running. So I wanted to show you the other cylinder head before I tore it apart. So went to tear out the lifters, and these fell out. And you can see the seat starting to drop, or pretty much already dropped, on the intake. And exhaust looks good. So I'm going to tear this apart and get it into the vat. All the valves look good. Plenty of, can't remember, I think they call that margin or something, whatever the hell it is, on the face there. Not going to be able to pick that up. Everything looks good on the valves on that cylinder head. So I'm going to vat this and hope that these things will fall out. I'll turn this upside down and let the heat maybe drop them out if possible. If not, I'll have to extract them. So that's a problem that we'll have to fix. I got the galley plugs out so water can get back in there. See how it goes. Okay, got it apart. Let's see, we'll look at the bad one here. So, you get a, do I have a screwdriver? Damn it, I don't. Okay, got it all apart. See that I still can't get it out. Anyways, we get this pick in there. Yeah. So, very, very close. I don't know if I can actually... Should I try to pry it out? Let me get a good screwdriver. All right, let's see if I can do this with one hand-ish. Oh yeah, that's coming out. I'd like to show you. Let's see. Oh shit, but I gotta hit this thing at the same time. All right, here we go. That was on its way out, man. This other seat has a little bit of gap in it. So, the scary part is I have to trust the machinist to make sure that doesn't happen again. You are not supposed to be able to get seats out that easy. Scary. The rest of them doesn't look like they budged, but now I got to figure out how to trust the machinist to make sure that these don't come out. I would assume I'm going to have them do all of the intakes. I don't know. We will see. Okay, so we got the heads rebuilt and machined. So let's start from the block. So I got all the block washed. I got it line honed to make sure that the block didn't warp under that much heat. I had the deck resurfaced with the CBN. I just sandblasted the tops of the pistons, cleaned the ring grooves out, reused them. All the cylinder specs were good. I honed it with my rigid Sun and Hone. That ended up good. The thing I did different, let me see if I can find it, that I said on the last video, was that I was going to start using these. I think my guys threw them over here. I seen some. Start using these one-piece piston ring compressors. These freaking things are amazing. I will never, ever again build an engine without one of these. These things are awesome. It made it so easy. Those worked flawless. So, let's see. We've got a brand new AC compressor. I got brand new Mopar sensors. I did not go with aftermarket. I've got a brand new Mopar oil cooler coming. I'm basically replacing any bearings, any plastic, anything like that. I went a little cheaper on the valve covers. These are Dorman. So Dorman valve covers. And that is a factory OEM Mopar intake, which I'm about to break. So, actually that was pretty reasonable. Everything was based off of price, so factory valve covers were well over double. This was like $20 more for an OEM. That's an OEM harmonic balancer and just a Felpro kit, lifters, lifters, both actually. So I've got rockers and lifters in here. Gates, idler pulleys, Felpro head bolts. That would have been in the Felpro kit for head gaskets. So on the cylinder head side, let me grab a. So we just went through, ground the valves, checked everything for straight, checked the stems, everything was good there. So it ended up getting all new seats with 7/1000 crush, and then it got new guides in the same hole, so cylinder head got heated to 300 degrees. and 2 thousandths over guides, which they offered, meaning that that it's probably a common problem. So all new guides, all new seats, ground the valve, surface the head, everything's been cleaned thoroughly. So I'm assembling it now. These things are a bitch to assemble. I didn't spend a whole lot of time because it would have took me longer, but so I'm using my compressor. Could not get one of the Lyle tools to work, which is what I use quite a bit. Somewhere around here. So I just made this little tool. I still want to basically upgrade this system a little bit to where this piece holds onto this tighter, whether I buy another set of these and weld them on to adapter, and then I can use different sockets. Let me know if there's a better tool out here for this, but basically the Bridgeport or valve and guide machine would be the way to put those together. Crank got polished on the lathe. Let me see if my tool's still here. It is probably not. Anyway, since the last time I bought a crankshaft polisher, not sure where it ended up at. Thought it would be here somewhere, but I'm wrong. Nope. So I'm going to reuse the camshafts. I've got a brand new Mopar timing set with all of the VVT or whatever, the variable valve timing, the phasers in the kit. And I've got all new sensors. I've got to fix the wiring harness on the Jeep. And then, so the other thing, this thing just dumped oil and coolant down the exhaust, meaning that it ruined the cats. So we cut that flange off the side, and we're going to tune it for that. Got to get the Jeep together to see how that's going to go. I think that's about it. So probably going to end this video here. It's probably getting kind of long. And yeah, if you want to check out the results, follow along, and we'll get the rest of this together. I'll probably assemble the rest of it tomorrow and get it in the Jeep hopefully within the week and get it going. Get the tune and everything on it. The parts from the dealership for a new engine, all the parts to replace all this stuff was like, I think it was $14,000. And the dealership quoted $16,000 to $18,000 for new engine and replacing all the parts that were bad on this thing. Plus, they didn't know of the full extent of the damage, so they would have wound up in the $20,000 range. So this makes me a little bit more money, saves the customer some money, and I'll stand behind my work. Everything goes together really well. Should be a nice, reliable engine. Definitely better. If you go get one from the junkyard, seats are probably going to fall out. Guides are going to fall out. Yeah, it's just not going to last long, not going to make much power. It's probably going to have issues. At least it's going to leak oil. So this way we have tons of new parts, new melling oil pump in here, and new pickup screen. So everything that needed to be replaced was replaced with quality parts. So follow along, like and subscribe. I'm going to get this thing together, and we will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.